Hi, I'm Kelly. Today, I'm going to share a true story about a mysterious painting that led to a series of chilling encounters. It all started when a family went on a simple trip to the night market, but what followed was something far more terrifying. Are you ready? Let's uncover the dark secret behind the painting. It happened when my whole family went to the night market. My dad suddenly had to use the bathroom, so he wandered into a small alley and found a strange little shop. The place was dimly lit, glowing with shifting colors and playing Middle Eastern music in the background. Inside were all kinds of bizarre, mysterious decorations: Anubis statues, scorpions, skulls. After using the bathroom, my dad became oddly fascinated by the shop. He began browsing, and soon he found a painting that caught his eye. No matter how much we tried to talk him out of it, he insisted on buying it, and eventually he did. The moment the painting entered our home, I felt something was off. It wasn't a landscape or a portrait. It showed Anubis surrounded by scorpions, dark, eerie, and unsettling to look at. And after it arrived, strange things began to happen. One day, I came home and headed to my room to rest. When I flipped the light switch, I nearly screamed. The painting was hanging in my room. I stormed out with it in hand and asked my parents, but they looked genuinely confused.
No one moved it.
They said.
We thought you put it there because you liked it.
Another night, my parents were out, and I was home alone. In the middle of the night, I was awakened by the sound of traditional Chinese opera. I thought, who the heck plays opera this loud at night? But when I opened my door, the sound became clearer, too real to be coming from a TV. It was as if someone was performing in our home. I followed the sound to the living room and peeked inside. Under the dim yellow light, there stood a person wearing full opera makeup and costume, singing. I froze. Slowly, I backed into my room and hid in the corner. Then I heard a strange falsetto voice outside say, "This must be the place," followed by knocks. Then the doorknob started turning. Then, violently shaking, I held my breath. I didn't even dare to whisper a prayer. I was terrified it would know I was there. Thankfully, I had locked the door. After a while, the knocking stopped. I curled up in the corner and somehow fell asleep. Another night, I was awakened by the sound of suona, a traditional Chinese horn. Rubbing my eyes, I peeked through the curtain and saw a full wedding procession from ancient times. People in red robes, carrying a red bridal sedan, walking down the street, blowing horns. I thought, what kind of drama are they filming at this hour? Then, suddenly, the music stopped, and every single person turned to look at me. Terrified, I pulled the curtain shut and lay down. But curiosity got the best of me. I peeked out again. They were still there, still staring, as if they were waiting for me to look again. I shut the curtain tight, tried to calm down. Eventually, I peeked a third time, and there it was. A pale face, like it had been dipped in white paint, pressed right up against my window. We locked eyes. I screamed, and the voice laughed. The horn resumed, growing louder, from the window to the door, then into the living room, then outside my bedroom door. I pretended to be asleep. Didn't move an inch, but when I peeked again, the wedding procession was in my room. 5 people, pale as porcelain, 4 holding the sedan, 1 unknown. The red curtain was lifted, like it was waiting for me to get in. I jumped up and shouted, "Who are you?" I swung my fist at the unknown one, and instantly, the entire procession vanished. I stood there drenched in sweat, still holding the punching pose. Was it a dream? But my body remembered. One night, I was doing homework at my desk. Suddenly, I heard a child's voice behind me. "Come out and play." I turned around. The door was open, and the painting was floating in midair, rushing toward me. I ran. It chased. Behind me, a woman's voice giggled. "Hey, hey, he." I grabbed a vase and a cushion from the living room and threw them at it, but it only wobbled and slid to the ground. The vase shattered. I turned to run, but tripped and fell hard. Everything went black. When I woke up, my parents were shaking me. They thought I'd fainted from illness. The painting was still there, perfectly intact, hanging on the wall. I told them what happened, how it chased me, but they didn't believe me, especially my dad. He still loved that painting, said it was a treasure he paid good money for. How could it be cursed? So I found a spiritual master and brought him to our house. He looked at the painting and said,
This painting is cursed. It attracts spirits. It must be burned immediately, or someone's life will be at risk.
My dad was reluctant, but with my mom's help, he finally agreed. The master performed a ritual, and the painting was burned. Looking back, I didn't connect the strange events to the painting at first, not until the final incident and the master's warning. Then I realized everything began the moment that painting entered our home. My dad later looked into its origins. He found out the previous owner bought it during a trip to Egypt. After bringing it home, 3 family members died under strange circumstances. The painting was eventually discarded as a cursed item, until someone picked it up and sold it again. And that's how we ended up with it. After the burning, nothing paranormal has happened since. We still visit that night market from time to time. But that strange little shop, we never went back. 8 years later, that store is now just a regular home. That's the end of today's story. Did you enjoy it? Have you ever felt something off about a certain object or shop? Leave a comment and tell me your ghostly experiences. Or let me know. What would you have done with the painting? This is Kelly. I tell stories so you won't be alone when the dark starts whispering. If you want to see my videos faster, please like and subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to get new video updates.